Kitty Bannack pushed the screen door open far enough to stick her hand out and ring her little silver bell to call the boys to supper. Tommy, 6, and Billy, 4, ran from the barn where they'd been playing, but there was no one else in sight. "Tommy, run down to the other end of the cornfield and tell your papa and Uncle John that supper's ready." She knew the men were working down there, clearing some more of the land near the creek. They couldn't hear her little bell that far away from the house. Warren complained that he couldn't hear the tiny silver bell even when he was no farther away than the barn. He said she should use a cowbell if she was really serious about calling him. Kitty didn't have many really nice things like that little bell, a wedding gift from her Aunt Sophie, so she enjoyed an opportunity to use it. She held the screen door open to let Billy in. "Go to the pump and wash your hands," she told him. He went over to the other side of the back porch where there was a bucket beside the pump. She remained at the door watching Tommy until he disappeared behind the corn. "I declare," she thought, "I just patched that boy's trousers and he's wearing through the patches already." She sighed and went back into the kitchen. "Let me see him," she said to Billy, and grabbed the back of his collar when he walked past her. "Go back to the pump and wash 'em like I taught you to." "I washed 'em, Mama," Billy protested. "You watch your papa and Uncle John when they come in for supper," Kitty said. "That's the way you need to wash your hands. Use that soap. I made it take the dirt off your dirty little paws." Still holding him by the back of his collar, she turned him round and gave him a little push back toward the pump. After a few minutes, her husband and Tommy joined Billy at the pump. "You still washing your hands?" Tommy asked his brother. "I done washed 'em once," Billy complained. "Mama's gonna wear the skin off our hands." "Where's John?" Kitty asked, concerned that the biscuits were going to get cold if they didn't sit down and eat. "He volunteered to put the horses away so you wouldn't give us a scolding for being late for supper," Warren said. "I'll give him a scolding then," she joked, well aware of John's tendency to make sure he didn't eat more than his share of the food they were able to raise. No one worked harder than her husband's younger brother. Only 18 years old, he was already as big a man as Warren. It was a shame, she thought, that all he knew was hard work with none of the pleasures of life that many men his age pursued. Her thoughts were brought back to her husband then as she filled his cup with coffee.